Now to our next story. Have you ever faced discrimination because of your gender identity? How many of us have? Well, most of us cannot even begin to imagine what it must be like to be born in a body that you were never meant to be in, to live in a world that rejects you for who you are. But there are people who have fought through all odds to make something out of their lives and become successful despite all the hate and the negativity around them. This is one such story. Hello and welcome to this segment. In the lanes of Karachi in Pakistan, there is a school called Nurse School. It was founded by Pakistan's first transgender principal, Nayab Ali. Let me show you what her school looks like. This is how it appears in maps. The school is located in a small neighborhood in Karachi called Koranji. On the main gate, you will find this signboard, which reads, Noor School, Education Beyond Gender. When you enter the premises, you will find this cobalt blue board, which reads, Welcome to Noor School, where gender has no grade. And right behind the board stands the woman whose story I am talking about today. This is Noreen. She goes by the name Nayab Ali. Today, she is known as Pakistan's first transgender principal. Now, let me tell you a little bit about her journey so far. When she was younger, she studied till the 6th grade, but then had to drop out because she was bullied by her teachers. You know, when she was a young girl, she used to wear girls' clothes to school. However, one day a teacher humiliated her and asked her to choose between being a boy or a girl. Boy or girl, pick one and stay out, the teacher told her. Young Nayab left that classroom in tears. But instead of letting those tears define her future, she carried a promise with her, a promise to herself. She vowed to build a school where no child would be turned away because of who they are or where they come from. And that's exactly what she did. But before that, let's talk about her first move. She rented a rundown mosque that had been abandoned for years and turned it into a school. She painted the walls in bright colors and hung up colorful banners that read, Education is the best revenge, and be yourself, because an original is always better than a copy. She named the school Nur, which means light in Arabic. And it was an apt name because just like light, Nayab chased away the darkness of ignorance, bigotry, and hatred. The question is, who are her students? Who does she teach? Here's another interesting part about Nayab's work. At Nurse School, children from different backgrounds come together. There are street kids, homeless girls, and transgender youth that society has forgotten. They are taught Urdu, math, science, and computer coding. And perhaps most importantly, they are taught human rights. On day 1, 7 children walked into those classrooms. They sat on the floor around one blackboard and began learning. The teacher was Bushra, who once got expelled from another school for wearing a headscarf. But running a school is no easy task, especially when you're trying to change mindsets. In the beginning, it was not easy for Nayab to run her school. Soon enough, she started receiving threatening calls from local clerics who said that what she was doing was a sin, not a school. But Nayab stood firm. To fund the school, she worked as a freelance artist at night and bought chalk with whatever little money she earned. Then death threats started pouring in. So she painted the iron gate a brighter shade of blue and kept the doors open during the day so that anyone could peek inside and see that there was nothing wrong in teaching underprivileged children. Her hard work finally paid off when after 1 year, 45 children were able to read the Urdu alphabet. That day, Nayab knew that her work was important. But little did she know that it would soon get bigger. One of her students, a trans boy, topped the grade 10 board exams in the entire district. He said, Nayab is more mother than my own. His success brought more students to the door of Nurse School. Soon, BBC visited the school and featured it as a beacon of inclusion. And by then, word of Naib's incredible work had spread far and wide. Donations started pouring in. Computers were donated, one solar panel to light up the classrooms. And most importantly, children from other parts of the city started coming to Nur. Some had to walk for hours, but none of them gave up. Seeing their dedication, the Sindh Education Department adopted the Nur school model and asked her to train teachers. Today, the school has over 120 students. There are 3 buildings, one big hall, separate toilets for boys and girls, a library, and an office. The department also deputed a government officer to look after the finances of the school. But Naib continues to visit the school every day. She says, when you do something for humanity, you don't need money. All you need is love. Her story caught the attention of UNICEF too, which listed Nur school as a global case study for inclusive education. Today, the school gate reads, "Gender ends at the gate, knowledge begins here," and Naib still greets every child the same way. If you have a heart, no label can shrink you. How inspiring is her story? I, for one, am very inspired by her story. Because her story tells us that nothing is impossible if you have the will to pursue your dreams. Whatever struggles we face in our life, whatever problems we encounter, nothing is insurmountable. If you have a strong will and if you have a purpose in your life, then you can achieve anything. And that's what Nirav's story tells us. And you know what? This story also throws light on the pathetic state of affairs in our country. When we fail to protect the basic rights of our citizens, when we fail to ensure their safety and security, what are we even doing? This is not just the government's failure. This is all of our failure. We as a society have failed to create an enabling environment. We have failed to create an atmosphere of acceptance. What Naba did was not just an achievement for her, but for all of us, because she proved that we can do more as a society. Yes, there is a long way to go, but stories like Naba's give us hope. They remind us that the world can be a better place if we want it to be. As for Naib, she continues to inspire many. She is now a household name. Many people reach out to her. Many parents want their children to be admitted to her school. And she takes it all in her stride. She knows that she is not alone in this fight. She has an army of tiny warriors by her side, ready to take on the world. And that, I believe, is the biggest victory of them all. So what do you think of this story? Tell us in the comments. And one final request. Subscribe to our channel so that you never miss any of our stories.